Hey guys, what's up? It's Finch here. I'm bringing you guys a live game of SPL between Fakes and Watashi, also known as FLCL. They're actually playing on Monday night just after I got home from work. And unfortunately, I'm like 5 to 7 turns behind right now because I was having some microphone issues, but I'm just going with my computer mic at this point. If there's a bit of a decrease in sound quality, it's my bad. I don't know if my mic's broken or not, but it doesn't matter. We got some Pokemon here, and that's what this channel's all about. Getting into it, we see Fakes rocking a weatherless team that resembles an old Solon team back from 1 or 2 years ago. It's interesting because it kind of plays like a sand team and against sand team, basically same difference, but you have two steals and a lot of protect on this team, so you're able to mitigate the lack of pursuit against Latios, especially if it's not a combined Roost variant. In addition to that, you have a lot of firepower in your own between the two psychic types, nice hazard, and a spin blocker, and of course Gliscor, which is a great utility. So Fake's bringing an undoubtedly solid team. Admittedly, I don't love how it aged against Rain. I feel as if Rain with like Scizor plus Thunderous T or Tornadus can be very problematic, as you don't even have sand to dissuade things like Hurricane accuracy and Thunder accuracy, but that's neither here nor there. He's not facing Rain. He's actually facing a sand team with some interesting Pokemon, most notably Xatu and Cloyster. We don't see these Pokemon every day. Xatu's great to dissuade spikes and potentially Stealth Rock, so if it's a Stealth Rock Gliscor or Hazards on Ferrothorn, that's already a great part of the matchup for Watashi. However, Cloyster is a bit more of a matchup Pokemon itself. It's going to need flinches on both Ferrothorn and Heatran and Jellicent, depending on set, assuming it's not Water Move, that is. And potentially Reuniclus as well, depending on if it's a Combine or Trick Room to really do much work, or a lot of chip on these Pokemon. So Cloyster is pretty much a solely matchup-related Pokemon, and then the rest of the team is solid. You got Tyranitar, Excadrill, Ferrothorn, and Latios. I know we're already probably 5 or 10 turns into the game, so I want to go ahead and play this game before I fall too far behind. We're going to see Heatran lead against Cloyster, and of course that's going to scout the Cloyster because A, it can't kill it with any one Water Move, B, it doesn't oftentimes run Water Move. Lava Plume there from Fakes, which is a precautionary measure in case you click Shell Smash, and then Earthquake trying to punish a greedy Stealth Rock from FLCL. So right off the bat, we're in a position that's nice, and we see an Earthquake. So yeah, both these guys just kind of playing straightforward, but now Gliscor against Xatu, I'd imagine, is going to scout and see what the Xatu is going to do, and then maybe go for a Facade or Knockoff, depending on the set. The Xatu can't really threaten it, especially if it's not like offense with Hidden Power Ice, which is virtually non-existent in this generation. So yeah, Knockoff there gets the helmet off, which is a great idea. But now Cloyster is right back in business, and it's likely going to pose a threat to things like the Ferrothorn. But wait, it's a hazard. It's Toxic Spikes Cloyster. That is crazy. I did not see that coming. I thought it would be a Shell Smasher for sure, but that's going to at least punish the Jellicent, so that's pretty good for FLCL there against no removal. And now we're going to see Ferrothorn, which is basically a free Xatu each time, but Xatu invites in Heatran, and Heatran can threaten burns and whatnot, potentially even get up hazards itself if it forces the Xatu out. So you got to be careful there if you're Watashi, as you really don't want the Xatu being jeopardized with your Ferrothorn being there. And Lava Plume there into that Tyranitar, sorry, is going to get the burn, which is 12.5% this generation, which is very good for the Fake side. And FLCL is going to take advantage of that and get rocks up of his own, but that's just going to bait the Xatu back in there, and Heatran's going to come in. See, we're kind of seeing the same sequence on repeat here, where FLCL does not want the Xatu to die, as it's seen for Ferrothorn, and Fakes is trying to capitalize on the Xatu's presence and spread Lava Plume burns and whatnot. And he doesn't get another there in the Latios, but he still gets a nice chip on it, and we see a double switch to Excadrill there and a Protect. A great double there from Watashi, taking advantage of a likely non-attacking turn. However, Gliscor should be able to wall it at this point in time, but Watashi is at least going to capitalize on that, try and claim some chip with a nice 39% Iron Head, bringing back into Xatu there on, Protect, and there's nothing really stopping Watashi from just repeatedly going Xatu on the Gliscor, which could be rocks, and the Ferrothorn, which could be rocks, and is definitely spikes. And unfortunately there for Fakes, he's going to allow a free Roost. I think the play there was to double to one of your Psychic types or Heatran, but I digress. Ferrothorn's actually going to come in here now on the Xatu, but Xatu's just going to go for Nightshade, and I'm not sure why Fakes went for this line of play. It feels almost as if he kind of trapped himself there. Protect Ferrothorn's not something we see every day. Watashi tried to get a turn up there, goes for the U-turn. Now, honestly, if you're Ferrothorn, you might as well go Rocks here, because, yeah, and he goes Leech. Okay, he goes Leech Seed. I don't like that. If he had Rocks, I guess he's not Rocks with Leech Protect, though, but he gets a layer of Spikes up. That's crazy. With Xatu allowing layer of Spikes up against Ferrothorn, but I digress. Tran's going to come in now here on a Thunder Wave, which cannot miss this generation, by the way. And now all of a sudden, we're seeing some progress here. Ferrothorn is going to be able to get Spikes up, but this Tyranitar is weakened and burnt against both a Latios and a Reuniclus, as we finally caught up to the speed of the game, and I think that's really good for the Fake side, as all of a sudden both those Pokemon look menacing, with two Steel types, an Excadrill and Ferrothorn, but don't have a ton of ability to really counter these Pokemon. Reuniclus almost definitely beating Ferrothorn, and Latios being able to surf and Renix being able to focus blast potentially the Xatu. Now, with that said, there's still a lot of merit, and there's also the chance that something like Cloyster could have Ice Shard, or the opposing Latios is all likelihood is probably a Scarf variant, so revenge killing, tricking, and then crippling, etc. They're all totally viable prospects in this game, but I don't know how possible they will be for FLCL to come around, so I think that Fake's in a decent spot here. He brings in Nicholas on the Cloyster, and Cloyster is not showing leftovers, so I'm wondering if it's still Shell Smash and you just use the that last, Toxic Spike's last instead of Ice Shard or something like that, which is fine. Cloyster has a pretty good speed tier. Regardless, we're going to see a Combine here for the Nicholas, and even if it's Warrior Seed Ferrothorn, I'd imagine you stay in here on this turn. So it's going to be interesting to see if Fakes is going to just pursue this, or maybe if he's going to go uber conservative, but I don't think you risk anything here. I would have went for a Focus Blast, you had it there, but I digress. Ferrothorn should leave a +2 Focus Blast, but okay, Combine again, so this is getting a little dangerous for the Fake side. Sorry, for the FLCL side. He's got to go for a trick here, and he goes for the trick on the HPI, so that's going to be a dead Latios, but it's now an HPI locked, and he locks an HPI, but I honestly don't know if this Cloyster can even beat this. It's +3 still, even if HPI is 4 times resistant. The Rock Blast is going to do 8 apiece, so 16 with a crit there. Is it going to get a flinch? That's my question. No flinch, that's actually going to take 30%. Yeah, if he doesn't get a flinch here, then this actually is all for nothing. I guess it's not Icicle Spear. That's my lone guess here. Either way, are we going to see a flinch finally? No such luck. So yeah, it's another kill there for Nicholas, but that is going to invite in the Xatu to likely get a spin and kill here. Or he just goes for the Iron Head. That works just as well there. So there is hope for Fakes. Sorry, for Watashi. Xatu actually looks pretty solid here. Killing it is going to be a challenge. Besides using Latios, and Latios, who knows how much survivability it has in this matchup. As we imagine, I see another Roost. No Roost. Oh, wow. I would have went for Roost there, but I guess knockoff here. I imagine we see the Roost here, right? No Nightshade? Okay. There we go. Okay. These guys are playing pretty quickly. So yeah, just trying to slowly whittle down the Gliscor, but you can't really whittle down the Gliscor at this point in time. So I almost wonder if Watashi's dead here, as Nightshade's going to run out of PP eventually. The Xatu's exhausting a lot of Roost with Sand plus knock damage, and that coupled with the fact that there also still is a Latios in the back, a Heatran in the back, and switching into those Pokemon is very challenging with the Tyranitar weekend, so I think this game is going to be very favorable for the Fake side at this point. I can't imagine seeing him fall short here is basically what I'm trying to say. And I really like how he piloted this in game plan. I think that one play that I didn't agree with was perhaps the Earthquake earlier on in the game. If you go up in the battle chat, you were scrolling way far up. There was a turn when he Earthquaked the Tyranitar, Xatu. I feel like that was a very obvious knockoff turn. You probably don't die to one Ice Beam, and also it doesn't look like it's Ice Beam with a Cloyster on this team and a Xatu on this team. You see a U-turn here to drill. Wow, he called the exact switch. That's a really great play for FLC. Like, you had to get that right because you don't want anything else. I guess you could have fought a Tyranitar, but wow, that was like, they both changed their line of play on that one turn. Like, that is remarkable how FLCL, like a marksman, got that right. Wow. So now I guess at this point, do you just, I guess you Earthquake, right? I'd imagine you Earthquake, and yeah, that's going to be a 2. That's, oh my god, that's so much. That's especially defensive Ferrothorn against an Adamant Drill, I think. Yeah, okay, so that's that. So now we're in a 4-4 game technically, although I still think this favors the Fake side pretty heavily, but if there's a drill, there is absolutely a way. I imagine you see a foddering off of the Tyranitar here, as there's no way in hell it's going to do anything. So he actually goes Ferrothorn to save the fodder. Okay. So, ooh, it's probably a Specs crit there. That's unfortunate if this isn't Leech Seed. That's actually going to put it in the Draco to a kill range. So if this is Leech Seed, that could be very good for Watashi, and it is Leech Seed. Okay. And that's also going to mean the Tran is suddenly on a timer, and all of a sudden it looks a lot better for Watashi. You can now fodder off the Tyranitar here, parlaying this into an opportunity to get in that Excadrill and making Xatu plus Ferrothorn a potential win condition. I still think that Fakes is a good shot, but yeah, he's going to bring Gliscor in, what I'm assuming is going to be an Earthquake here. Ironhead calling that wow, so maybe there's a chance that he could live Earthquake. If he has any bulky Vs, he should be able to, but it seems Watashi, not Fatashi, that's a weird pronunciation, is not yet feeling that desperate, which is fine, I guess. I'm just not sure how he intends to break this Gliscor now that it's back near full, and it's going to be back at full after this turn, pretty much. You see the Protect there on what I'm assuming is a Nightshade, so that's going to leave him at what seems to be, 95%, and I guess the one thing could be Xatu going for a U-turn. No, it's going to go for a Nightshade, but that Latios is actually getting very weakened. Protect on the Xatu's clutch here on the Draco, so it forces him to stay honest. Okay, now we're going to see the Ferrothorn, and yeah, after that leech seed, the Ferrothorn's able to stomach the Draco despite the crit surf. It does do 44, which is just remarkable damage, but after leftovers, that's going to be enough to stomach the follow-up Draco and likely go for a leech seed to take it out and heal up a little bit itself. Spikes, maybe you go drill here, or you just... I don't love that. I feel like having a fodder for that would have been nice, but I digress. He could get a spin kill. Okay, he doesn't even want to go for the spin kill. He just wants to go for the protect. Okay. I still think killing Gliscor is going to be too problematic. I almost wish he probably saved the Ferrothorn, but the crit hurt. I think Leech might have been better, though, but I don't know if that would have been enough. Either way, Jellicent here is going to be able to cover off. I don't think it's a Shadow Ball variant. I think it's probably Nightshade, but if it's Scald by chance, you could get a Will-O-Wisp burn on this, and the game pretty much ends. Yeah, we're seeing Nightshade here, and it's only one layer of Toxic Spike, so it's not like Fakes is in immediate danger here either. Like, he's not really having his hand forced, if that makes sense. We're going to see what move it is. It's Nightshade. So, yeah, the good thing about this for Fakes is that he can force the PP War. So, what Watashi's going to have to do is he's going to have to call a recover turn and bring in the drill, and he tries doing it there, and he does it. Okay. So now that's promising there, because now he's got a chance to potentially flinch it down, dodge a wisp. So basically, if he gets one of the two, I imagine you go Iron Head here. And he goes, wait, it's sub drill. Okay, so that makes a lot of sense with Xatu and Cloyster, actually. You really don't need spin. He can protect, and yeah, the Gliscor's at full regardless. Now he gains leftovers, and now if he gets maybe 2 or 3 flinches or a crit somewhere in the mix, it actually looks pretty promising. 43% Iron Head there and an Earthquake. Okay, so Gliscor is slowly running low on Protect PP. And I imagine it's going to run low on Earthquake PP as well with the sub shenanigans. So we see sub here on what seems to be a knockoff. I don't know about that. I think Fakes got a little bit uber conservative there. I think he was still in a position where going for the straightforward move was best, and now he's wasting an Earthquake PP. Okay, it looks like we're a couple turns behind. We're going to see Iron Head here, 43% into a flinch. Protect here on what I'm assuming is going to be another Iron Head. He substitutes to save the PP. What a great play there, as he only has... Well, only, I mean, he still has 19 of them. Yeah, but still, another flinch there. Wow. Okay, so now I see the pickle. I see the problem for Fakes. Iron Head here. Yeah, no. So what are we going to see here? An Iron Head is going to do 40% here, and it's going to... Okay, Earthquake breaks the sub. Okay, so there is a sign of hope, but now it's a bit of a prediction play, as if you protect on the substitute, then you're in a pickle, as we finally caught back up to the game. And I think that FPLXII probably has a good chance of living in Earthquake now that he's all the way back at full, so this is going to be a very tense turn. I don't know if this Gliscor's odds of beating a sub drill are even that great, considering how offensively potent it is in Sand with Sand Force. So all of a sudden, the phone is ringing. Really? Can you stop ringing? Oh, it listened. That is splendid. Anyway, Iron Head here is going to take it out. Wow. Wow. And all of a sudden, it looks like the tables have turned, and FLCL Watashi is going to win a game. Wow. Oh, man. Oh, man. What a crazy game. Damn. I think FLCL played a really nice endgame to turn it back, and that's funny because FLCL is playing for a team that basically just traded for him. I mean, it's been a crazy hectic season for him. But yeah, no, it's always good to see some day one games. And of course, Earthquake's going to take out this 51% Jellicent, considering how strong the Iron Heads and Earthquakes were in prior turns. So yeah, really great endgame from Watashi. Little unfortunate for Fakes, not going to lie, but he played a solid game as well, and that's going to be that. So we're going to see Cloyster's win rate shoot to 100% in SPL. That is almost comical. And on top of that, we're also going to see Xatu. Xatu win rate. Xatu, that's cool. After Caetano lost with it. Actually, Caetano won with it week 1. He got fortunate, but yeah, no, that's funny. But yeah, definitely wanted to get some more Black-White content. Again, I'm going to bring you guys all of my Black-White games as well as my thoughts on them once the season comes to an end sometime in March or April, depending on, hopefully April for my team's sake. But yeah, until then, I hope you guys all have a great day. Stay safe, and be sure to stay tuned for more Tournament Tuesday content. All right, later, guys. I'll talk to you all soon.